Long time no see, Terry.
Yay! Good to see you, Ms. Erica. It's wonderful. We've been apart for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind of energy. I know I was in a session one day and I said, Creator, give me the energy to be busy. So then it also gave me the energy, but a lot of stuff to do as a kid. But as long as we're busy, busy being productive and not just busy being busy, right?
Yeah, and I think with all of the shifts in energy and stuff, when we're busy, it will help us to get past a lot of the problems that we see. But because we're problem solving, we're doing things. But when people sit and it's just like, oh, this is happening, that's happening, the world is falling down, it's like Chicken Little, everything is the world is
Right.
falling. But when we're busy, we're being creative, we're problem solving, we're doing things, and so we can ride that wave.
That's so interesting that you said that. I saw a small clip on Instagram, and the man said anxiety is actually a good thing because it forces you to be creative because the mind will get working. And he was saying people they can take medication to dull it down,
Yeah.
or they can just sit and panic. But if they really, it is something you could use to actually move you forward, like using that pressure, like they say, pressure makes diamonds and stuff.
Yeah.
And so for me, like I missed you guys last week, but I was busy with my family. And I guess this is a part of what we've been talking about too, is getting that personal business in order, getting family and relationships in order. Um, Not just cutting people off, but still just remembering that people are human and offering them the opportunity to still be in each other's lives. And it can happen if it's something that you've been praying or meditating on or asking the creator to help you fix it, build these relationships to do it, but then do it with the idea of believing it and feeling it and knowing that your prayers are being answered.
Yeah.
So
It's really interesting because um I actually I just reading some excerpts from the Voyagers 1 and Voyagers 2 by Ashiana Dean. But one of the things that the Guardians do talk about is that we're moving into this space where we're the energies are changing such that we have to resolve some of those issues that we've had. And resolution doesn't always mean that it's going to be perfect, but you're resolving it. You're not letting it sit there just kind of like in a nowhere place. Like, you
right.
know, deal with it in one way or the other. If it's something that you need to sever, then sever it. Don't let it just sort of sit there, or I'm ignoring it, because that's not a resolution. You have to resolve it. Either let it go or fix it, but don't just sit there with it.
Right. Especially with the idea of that's so and so's fault, that's their problem, and so and so
Yeah,
and so. Because, a lot of things we're healing for our family bloodline will
yeah,
require some assistance from your actual family. And if they are able to heal and move on and participate in this great awakening with you, I mean, you can never count anybody out completely because somebody can pass you by. You might have been as woke as you want to be for as long as you've been,
yeah,
but someone can pass you by. And so I can just see for my family members, there's, my niece was talking to me, almost made me cry today, even. And things that I got to resolve with my family member in the hospital to the point where I was like, what? They apologize. What? Like, oh, I never thought I would see this day. I'm gonna tell
yeah.
you, I never thought I would see this day, and I've been shocked. And what she's going through with this hole in her back, actually, it was told that it was a portal of some sort where the leakage is actually the toxic energy from our bloodline that she's also being used as a portal to drain it out And
Yeah.
I'm living as a witness to this, as she's saying, I want us all to get along. I want my family to work together. I want things to change. I want us to be happy. I don't want us to do this anymore. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I've been jaw dropping all week. My jaw was dropping. So, there was some ups and downs and some chaos, but it was like, wow, jaw dropping moments. So we want to be a part of that. We want to help facilitate that. And this goes right along with what I was saying before, is that a lot of, even me and my mom, we even had this discussion. Everybody watches the Matrix and they want to be Neo, when sometimes you're the Oracle. You have been allowed to have information, techniques, and spiritual gifts, so that the one day when that person says, hey, what do you think about, what do you know about, that you actually have the answers that they need. So do not count people off. Count yourself as the oracle who is there for people when they're ready, when the wave hits for them, because the awakening happens in waves. Everybody is not going to get it all at once. On the day when they're ready,
That's
they
right.
will be able to come to you for that information. And
Well,
so,
and we manifest things, right? But creator, the creative source, isn't on our timeline. For the creator, it happens all at once, right? You say, I want this to happen. Okay, but on our timeline, it may take 6 months, it may take 6 years, it may take 6 minutes. But be ready for when it does happen. And like sometimes when we want to manifest, we keep saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. The creator heard it the first time. You don't have to keep repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating, because it's like, yeah, I heard you, it's coming, but the energy has to be right. And so
what
maybe
did you
you
say,
gotta go
Terry?
and keep,
Set it and forget it.
yeah,
Like they
maybe
used
you
to
have
say,
to
set
go
it and
maybe
forget
you
it.
have to go and clean the toilets first before it's going to come to you. You know, we don't know.
It's
We don't know the
amazing.
time. We don't know the timing of things. We wanted to work on our timeline, but there's other timelines, right?
Exactly, Terry. That is so funny. And so, because you said that, the discussion that came to me, and I swear I had this for everyone last week, but I guess maybe I had to live through it all, right? I
Mm-hmm.
had to live through it all, and that was about divine timing and divine timing and divine right. And I read that book with Florence Scovel Shinn, and she said, what's yours is yours by divine right. What is yours cannot be taken from you by divine right. So there's times when we see people moving faster than us. I remember when, I didn't finish college on the schedule that I had.
Yeah.
And then what really blew me away, I was probably in my 30s, and I saw this woman. She was maybe 64. She was going to nursing school and she had all the books. And then I saw this other lady. She was in her 70s. She was getting tutored on math so that she could get into this college class. It will look like you're late,
Yeah.
but you have to trust that you're right on time. And so man, it's just been mind blowing watching. So even with the healing, that is all divine timing. You cannot force the healing before it's ready. You can't force people to wake up before they're ready, but you can stay strong. You can stay open, stay fresh and full of love, so that when that time comes, stay in the mind of believing what's yours is yours, that it's going to happen. All the healing is going to happen when it's supposed to. So, divine right, I'm going to explain it, is a spiritual law stating that what is meant for you already belongs to you. That's why you say things as if they were and they will be. That's even in the Bible. But we've come to know, say things as
Yeah.
if they were and they will be. So, when you're saying thank you for what you want to happen, saying thank you for it today, acknowledging its existence,
Yeah.
You change in the
Yeah.
energetic realm, and it cannot be taken, blocked, or stolen or delayed if you it's only delayed if you're not aligned. So when you get to that point, I remember there was a time too when I could not make money. I was always struggling ups and down. But certain times there would be these people in my life who were going to eat it up anyway. They were going to destroy everything I was building. So as long as I had that environment going on, it wouldn't happen for me. But then as soon as I changed my environment from people who were sucking me dry and energy vampires, I was able to then move and change and move and change. So divine right is something that is not earned. It is inherited.
Yeah.
You don't have to beg for it. You just remember it. Aligning with divine right means letting go of the hustle culture and the urgency and fear because it's not happening right now when you think it's supposed to happen,
Right.
and making
Right.
fear-based decisions. Because that's another thing that I've come to too. If it comes to me and someone's, if you got to hurry up and do it now, or it's not, I try to back away from that because that's not divine timing for me. That's not my divine right. If
Yeah,
I got to
we're
hurry
trying
up,
to force something. You know what it is we have to align. That's part of it is aligning with, we know what the result, the intended result is. So we have to bring ourselves into alignment with it. And that's why you live your life as if it's already happened. That's what it is, because we can live, there is no time in the creator's universe. Time is all at once. So we just have to align to that, so that that timeline flows smoothly to us. We're not manifesting anything that isn't already there for us. We just have to
and
align.
you can see this too. Like I like to watch that cartoon Archer, right? And
Yeah.
where he's the detective or whatever, and him and his mom's boyfriend, they were on a train and they had to jump off. And when they were turned this way to the side, watching everything that was passing them by, it looked like things were going too fast. They couldn't jump off the train. He was like, "No, you can't look at things that are close. You got to look far ahead. Then now you're able to jump and not be afraid." Kind of like when you're driving. If you're driving and you turn sideways, you're not going to be able to see where you're going, and you're going to veer over and you're going to move
Yeah.
over. You're gonna go wherever you're looking. And then also I like the analogy of when you have your rear view mirror. You can't drive looking in the rear view mirror, it's too small.
Yeah.
You have to look forward through the big glass. You got to look forward when you're driving. Like aim high. I remember that
Yeah.
from driver's ed. Aim high when you're driving.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with your life. Same thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't know if you
Yeah.
had anything else to say about that.
No, I think you're just exactly like, you can't live your life from the rearview mirror, because there's much more in front of you than when you're seeing from the past, right? When you
Right.
look at the back, where you came from, your trajectory is only very small. But when
It's
you
so
oh, but
small.
when you're in that present space and you look, you see that there's so much vastness, and you're going to be pulled to your highest to your highest timeline, to the place where you are going to flourish. But then we get sidetracked.
I
We go
love
off
that because
we
it's
go off of that
thinking big.
interstate highway.
Yeah, thinking big. You got to
Yeah.
think big. So this divine timing, trusting the delay, divine timing is the sacred unfolding of events in the best possible moment, not your moment, but the right moment. And so this is, I'm giving the definition, but
Yeah.
we've already covered it. And it says why we feel late and how society teaches us impatience. Because it is true, right?
Mhm.
We're so easily influenced by what other people are doing. We're always watching what other people are doing. We're always comparing, right? Because people normally finish school at 17 and they normally do this. And so we got this thing of common, not, you know what, I thought about that before, common knowledge. But you don't want what's common, you want what's
Yeah.
for you. There's lessons to be learned before the blessings land. Timing is connected to energetic readiness. You don't get the blessing early if it'll break you. Because isn't that something we talked about before? Because we talked about getting it with grace and ease. Like we want
Yeah.
our highest timeline, but we
Yeah.
want it to come with grace and ease
That's
and not
right. Not
slam
force it.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, not slamming
Because
us.
as soon as we start forcing it, we're living from the head, we're living from the ego. When we get
Right.
back into the heart, then we're coming from our divine source.
Let us know who's watching. Hit us
Yeah.
some comments, hit a like and share because we missed you guys last week. Now, the
Yes.
next one is divine order. Everything has its place. I love that because I had a friend, she used to tell me, if your house is a mess, your life is a mess. So then we want things in order. You don't want, you know, your you might want your dessert first, but sometimes you got to eat dinner first, right?
Yeah.
You're a baby first and then you're an adult, right?
Right.
So everything, it has an order. So divine order is stating that the structure of the universe, there is no accident in that. Everything works in harmony even when it looks chaotic. That's why you really got to pull out of watching so much. Can't watch everything flash by. Divine order often looks messy before it reveals in clarity. So even I have gotten to the point where if I have asked for something to happen, or even if it's not a part of something I asked for, when I see things, when I have a disappointment, I'm always looking for the silver lining. If this happened, if something is out of order for me, then I know that something good is coming after it. So I'm always waiting for the good part. And
Yeah.
divine order, it looks like a loss, a delay, a betrayal, or a direction can be a part of the orchestration. Things are not always going to look good. That's why you got to have the vision for yourself. Because if you look at a picture, it might not look right. But then if you hold fast and watch your thoughts, things can work out
Yeah.
for you. So it's not always linear. It's
No.
multidimensional.
And that's right. And that's it. Everybody wants to ascend to the fifth dimension. They think they're going up, but they're really expanding the horizon. It's not going up vertically. It's expansion in the horizontal.
That's
That's what
amazing that
ascension
you
is.
said that, Terry, because what I feel like as I'm progressing forward, I have been using this analogy that my shoulders seem broader because now I'm able to handle more.
Yeah.
So I feel like my shoulders are getting wider and stronger. Like you can actually lean on me now, where before I couldn't take that before, right?
Yeah.
Like they say, don your own face mask first. So if I'm working on me, making myself stronger, now I have the energy to do more and do bigger
Yeah.
things. I love that you
Yeah.
said that. Now, here's a mind blower. It says disappointment and confusion is considered more of a spiritual detox, a detox of a false timeline or forced expectations and ego and detachment. So it shakes you up. You unrooting things that
Yeah.
don't belong there. So it seems like this disappointment, but they say your rejection is your protection. Have you heard that before?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
So sometimes you think, oh, this is terrible because you're losing a thing, which most of that is going to be us not being able to accept change. We don't like change or we don't like it to look this way. But some of these things are going to be moved out of the way to allow you to get where you need to be. You're not being punished, you're being purified. Confusion is a sign that
Right.
old maps no longer work. You're beginning to upgrade. So instead of asking, why not me? Ask what is being made ready for me. That's a good one, right? I never heard of it that way before, like a
Right.
detox. I'll wait for you to throw your 2 cents in. Like, where's your 2 cents? Give me 25 cents, Terry. No. And so what's yours can't be taken. That's energetic sovereignty. Energetic sovereignty is a spiritual boundary that protects your birthright. No one can take your calling, your gift, or your destiny from you, not even you. Even if you fumble and fall off the path, your purpose is protected. Other people can succeed around you, but never steal what's yours. So that also means there is no competition in the divine eyes. There is no competition because as soon as I start to compete against Terry,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start moving funny because that's me looking sideways. That's me looking backwards. So your name is on it in spirit and no one else can claim it. So I'm hoping that people, when you get to watch this, it's a lot of
Exactly.
encouragement for you. Give yourself a hug when you're feeling freaked out, and just use that. Use that. Yeah. Trust in yourself. Trust in it. And so I don't know if you have any testimonies with that. Because I kind of feel like I've given my testimony. I'm telling you, I've been watching some things move and
Well,
change. And
I just think yeah, and I think it's all about, and when I pulled the cards, it's like I didn't know what we were going to talk about, but the cards always like come in like, this is what you're talking about. And so as I'm going through the cards earlier, it's like, oh, okay. And that's exactly what we're doing here. So I'll just move into it. It says move through your fear. And it was the first card.
wow. Can't
And
make this stuff up.
and no, you can't. And I think sometimes we forget about, okay, we do have fears, but don't let the fears overcome you. Like, face them, be courageous and say, okay, and what we have a tendency to do is put everything in this huge box, and it's like, I'll never overcome it. But you know what? We only have that present moment, and when you put everything together, it creates that fear. And it's like, okay, I've got to take one step in front of another. If somebody is chasing me, you can't be worried about what's going to happen. You're going to move one step in front of the other, and you're going to move, and you're going to quicken each step, and you're going to find a solution that is, if you're looking, like you said, if you're looking to the sides of you, you're not going to see what's in front of you. And if somebody's chasing you, if you're in that present moment, you'll see that, oh, I can dodge right in here, and they'll walk right by me, or whatever. But if you're looking too much all over the place, and you're not going to see the solutions that are right in front of you. So when we're faced with fears, instead of putting everything in this big vat of stuff and all these possibilities, no, just say, okay, I'm going to do this right now, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to work from that point. But I think we have a society that wants to encourage fear. And so then they will say, well, this is going to happen, and that's going to happen, and oh my God, this is not, we're going to be in this, it's escalating this way and that way. It's just like, oh, pull yourself back and don't let the fear overcome you. Deal with the solutions on a at the moment basis, and you will see that you will become that person. Like you said, your shoulders will become stronger. You can deal with those things. You're not pushing them into something that hasn't happened yet. And that's what fear is that expectation of something worse happening. No, if you're in this present moment, you will be able to overcome that. So that's how we move through that, is like, okay, let me breathe. Go back to your breath. Go back to being in the present moment. How do I deal with it right now? What's the next step right now? So that's my take on that. Do you have anything you want to say about that?
Be strong and courageous.
Yep. Yeah.
Be strong and courageous.
Yeah. And so then the next one is your soul knows. So when you stay in that present moment, you will get that intuition. You will get that knowing which direction to go. And it's like, if you're in that moment, you're going to say, okay, turn to the left, turn to the right, or you need to take up there's this stairway that's here. By trusting that, your soul will know, because your soul has a bigger perspective of things. We try and solve our problems from a lower place, but your soul has a bigger picture. And they may say, like, listen to that intuition, because your soul's saying, if you go through the mud right now, you're going to be on the other side. But if you start going all around it, you're going to take a detour, and it's going to take you just as, it's going to take you longer to get to where you need to go. So trust me, go straight go straight, turn left, turn right. What listen to that intuitive part of yourself, because that's your soul seeing things from that perspective of that higher place, because the soul came into your body knowing what it wanted to accomplish. And a lot of times we're trying to tell the soul what it wants, and the soul is saying, no, no, I'm driving the bus. You're just the passenger. So, and that's where then the inspiration hunt is like when we start to connect with our soul and our soul's purpose, and say to that aspect of our higher self, to our soul, what is it that you really want to do? What did you want to accomplish in this lifetime? And then you start becoming a partner with that, and you become you're in this you may be driving the bus, but then your soul is navigating, and your soul is saying, okay, turn left, turn right, do this, do that, and then you work with a team with your higher self. So that's my take on all of this.
Oh, inspirational hunt.
Yeah.
I just think it goes along with it. Be strong and courageous. Work through your fears. Allow the anxiety. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to tap into your creativity and your resourcefulness.
Yeah.
Because when we just take the panic and shut down, we're not open to the solutions. But that anxiety is what's going to push you forward into finding a solution. So it's so funny. We can't shrink with our fear. We're gonna expand on it, take it in, and use that as a stepping stone or a bridge to move to this next level, finding more solutions and just keeping that heart. And when other people see you keep your heart intact, they can follow you through that gateway, through that portal that says, hey, we can have a better life. We do believe, we are strong. We do have what it takes.
Yeah.
We have what it takes. And I think that's where that your soul knows, because you already have it in you. You have what it takes, even if you don't remember. But get in that mindset where you resonate and your frequency matches this positive outcome.
Right.
You use your disappointments as a stepping stone to get to looking. And that's going to be that inspirational hunt. It's so funny, right? Because you're going to look for the solutions and the answers, but you're going to be looking for that silver lining or what it is, because this is how we learn how to pivot. If everything is going our way, we don't learn how to pivot. If everything is going there is no reason to pivot, but comes these times where you have to pivot, but it has to come with a bump to let you know, like I get a thing on my skin. I could have something going on underneath my skin. If it doesn't create a bump, a disruption, I'll never know something's going on. I never know when it's time to pivot if I don't have the bump. So look at these as signs of, what can I do to make it better? What can I do to improve it? What am I start to look for the signs?
Yeah. And the thing is once we understand and we start to be in cognizance with that, oh, something is going on, we may be able to avoid that bump in the skin, right? We can deal with it from that energetic place before it actually manifests to that physical bump on the skin. But we have to start to be in tune with it and start using our intuition, start listening to that inner voice that comes from within,
Right, the rumbling at his stomach.
You were talking about that toxic coming out of the body, healing that toxic. Well, it had to manifest into that physical before it started to be, a realization that, oh, I'm getting rid of some of this toxic energy. But if you were more in tune at that higher level with your soul, you would have realized that it didn't have to come to this. I could have done this, like years ago. But now that it's happening, I see it now. But if we step back, we had signs before that, so it just becomes more of a but when that's part of the awakening process, it's like, oh, I guess I saw this before, but I just didn't realize it. Yeah.
Wow. So it's been great seeing you again, Terry.
Yes, it has been wonderful. I missed you.
It's
I know
been
you've
quite a
been busy, busy, busy.
yeah, and it'll be
You got
even
this
more
new,
adventure.
you got this new look.
Yeah, I'm having fun with it. I like this one.
Yeah.
So last week I was sporting the red ones, red curls, and today we got the one
Yeah.
B, y'all. That's the one B hair color. That's the brown brown black. So that's one B. If you go to your wig store, get your one B. It was so funny. I met a lady at the beach when I was wearing this, and she was like, "I just love your hair." I said, "Here, try it on." She was a redhead, and she said, "You know, we should have had a red one so we could swap to see what
Yeah.
we look like now. You with the red and me with the." Yeah, she was like a pure, like the real redhead, like a real carrot top, and
Yeah.
a really cool dog named Cowboy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Cool. Yeah.
yeah, it was amazing. So I've been having fun meeting new people.
Yeah.
You're
Cool.
going on an adventure soon.
I'm going on an adventure soon too, and connecting with new people and doing things in different ways. And it's like, wow, like we don't know if we're open to it, our lives are going to take us on an adventure that we
Yeah,
didn't
you never
anticipate.
know what's about to happen. So as
Yeah.
we it's springtime, but we about to get ready for hot girl summer, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, so we about to be out here just doing fun stuff and opening up to the possibilities. So everything you've been working on the last 5 years, count on the manifestation. The
It's
doors are
coming
opening.
up. It's gonna be like, whoa. And then you're gonna be like, okay, I wanted this. Now I've got to make a choice.
Yeah, now you're gonna have choices.
Yeah.
So we did the work. We did the time.
Yeah.
We did the time. Like they say,
We
you do
did
the
the time.
crime, you do the time. So you did the crime.
We did the time. So now we're about to be released.
Who's out there? Because people keep popping on, but I don't see no comments,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
What's going on with you guys?
Yeah.
We're gonna end it, and I don't know, Terry. It's so late now. Are you gonna do any? I don't
Yeah,
think we have.
it's kind of late here, so I got a few things that I got to get done, so maybe we'll just sort of pass for the time.
Yeah. If you're wondering, this
Yeah.
is my mime shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have fun
Yeah.
with this little mime shirt. I'm building up a mime costume so I can do this little thing with a red balloon. I think I'm gonna have some fun. I have lots of fun acting out of character.
Yes. Trying on new personas.
And fun at the thrift store too, but I
Yeah.
gotta stay out of the thrift store. Lots going on, too much excitement, so
Yeah.
much fun. Well, we're gonna end it here, and we'll talk to you later. Bye bye.
Yes.
And let us
Have a
make
great
sure you
week.
leave comments. Leave comments and share. Let us know how you think we did. Let us know if this resonates. Let us know if you're going through a situation.
Yeah.
If this lined
Absolutely.
up for you too.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.